Hey, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hello everyone. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. And yeah, new day, new stream. Okay, welcome. So, what do we have here for today? So to do a little recap on the previous stream, we were basically doing a couple things. One of them being, let me show you really quick. Okay, so this is one of the things we did. Okay. This is basically like a primitive placeholder shape, geometric shape for the isometric perspective of the ship, okay? So that's basically the idea, okay? The idea is that we basically have like we're going to have in the planetary system an isometric navigation, an isometric perspective. Okay, so the way we're going to navigate the planetary system is by moving our ship like an isometric type game. Okay. Okay. So that being said, this is my current thing, Figma. Okay. So this is my current task. Okay, it has a couple subtasks, and previous stream I basically finished this. Okay, which is just to prototype the isometric movement of the ship in the starfield, not in the starfield, in the planetary system. Okay, so basically when you're in space, I'm going to call it in space from now on, because I don't think I have to explain every time that it's planetary system. So anyways, when you're in space, you're going to have this isometric view of the ship. Okay, I did this like this funny little I don't know, geometric shape. It's like a diamond. So I think this is going to be really useful to start prototyping the movement. So in order to do that, I need to do a couple things. Okay, so first I need to refactorize the starship class. Okay, chair is doing weird things. Okay, but yeah, I basically need to do these couple tasks, which are basically what I was describing. Refactorize the starship class, okay, so that the starship class can have like some kind of switch, so I can switch between the side view and the isometric view. Okay, I think that's going to be really useful, because all of the starships, I think, in the game are going to have those two versions. Okay, there's going to be the side-scrolling, the side version, which is, for example, this one, which is the version that you're going to see in the planets. Okay, so in the planets you're going to see this one, and then you have the isometric perspective. Well, in reality, I think I should. Yeah, in reality, I think I should keep it simple for now, and I think I should basically create like, well, this is the thing. What I'm really trying to do is prototype this to see if it feels good, which in my mind it sounds really cool, because you're going to be navigating this the space in your ship, and in order to get into other planets and stuff, you have to go into hyperspeed, and yeah, kind of like in No Man's Sky, where you can like be floating in space. Okay, and you see the planets in the distance, and then you aim for the planet and you activate the hyperspeed and you start going there, and sometimes it takes like 1 minute, for example, which is fine. I really like that, because it gives it gives us the opportunity to add more gameplay in space. Like, not only you're going to be able to play in the planets, you'll also be able to do stuff and like fight other ships and enemies in space too. You're also going to find other stuff in space, and yeah, that's my idea basically. So there's a thing, I'm refactorizing the whole like starship system to be able to include the both types. Okay, the side view type and the isometric type. Okay, and then what I want is basically to be able to switch here, like switch. This is what I want. I think he called it perspective, yeah. So ship perspective, and this is going to be editor perspective, and then I'm going to have okay. So my idea with this is I'm going to set it that way, okay. And my idea is that I basically can do something like what the hell is that? Oh, I already have this. So dumb. So I can do this, and I can say if editor.update perspective. Okay, and then here init perspective. Okay, that's the idea. That's basically the idea. And then I would like switch between the side sprite and the isometric sprite, and also the logic for both of them. Okay, I think like one thing, I don't know if that's the best thing to make the prefab, the Starship prefab, less complicated. Maybe one thing I could do is just have one prefab for each type. I was thinking about that, but like I don't think the Starship is going to, like, this whole system is going to have a lot of things. I think it's just like it's going to have like a really basic state machine, so that you know when it's navigating and that thing. But like I think it shouldn't be too complicated. So yeah, what I'm thinking is I'm going to build everything inside the same object and the same system, and then from there I can just go and modify it, okay, if I need to. For example, if I say, okay, this is really getting really big and like and convoluted, so then I can just start splitting stuff. But for now, I'm just trying to prototype, and I want to be able to test each one of the things, okay? So maybe here, instead of like this, I think I should have like another script for maybe the isometric starship, because it's maybe going to have a different set of states, maybe. Like it's going to be a different state machine. In fact, I think I don't know. Trying to think what's the best way of doing this, but I think I'm going to realize that once I start implementing it. So I'm just going to go ahead and implement that. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Okay, great. So let's see. So I have here, I basically enable and disable the sprite, which is fine too. Then I think I'm going to need yeah, let's just do this, because I get stuck like thinking about the best way and the best practice and the most optimal way, and sometimes you don't really know like at all what you're supposed to be doing. And also I think this should be, instead of sprite render, it should be an Neptosmic. Okay. So I think both have like an animatosmic thing, and yeah, so yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Now I can basically do this, and it updated. You can see there. If I change it and click that, you can see it updated too. Well, you can't really see because the sprite is basically the same. I can fix that by setting this to that, for example. Okay. And now if I say side view, I can just like switch between the like the two. Now the other thing is that I want to have like a system. Okay, so it will be like a side view system and like a isometric system. I think that's the thing I don't really know right now what I want to do. So let's think about this. What are like the minimal things I need? Okay, I need, like, for example, to be able to say, okay, go to position, and then it moves there. Okay, and this could be also for the side view, just move there. Okay, so that works for either one. Okay, that's one thing, and that's already like kind of covered here, because I have this set position, and I could, like, this is not for animating it and maybe making it go, but rather for like setting the position in one frame, so it will snap basically. But in any case, I think that well, there's two things I could do. I really like having, hey Lou, hey, how you doing? So I really like having everything like separated. Okay, so the sprite with the animatosmic is one thing. Okay, that's it, and that's perfect. So there's that. And for example, if we say, okay, so I need now a state machine for the ship. Okay, because you're going to have the moving state or the idle state. I don't know. I'm going to create like a state machine for the ship, and then you have another state where it's like the hyperspeed. Okay. So so basically, I would like to have something like a folder for this called like isometric, and then inside I will have the sprite and then the systems, for example, the state machine, that sort of thing, I think. But yeah, I'm thinking how scalable is that going to be? Because I was talking about like what things are going to be switchable, like which kind of things are going to be both in side and also in isometric. So for example, the astronaut is only visible in the planet, so you cannot see him like running around in the isometric perspective because that's space. Then for example, I'm thinking about the planets, but planets are like just a sprite that's there and it's doing nothing. The only thing I can think about is the starships, and also maybe some kind of like, I don't know, abandoned stations and things you can find in space, but those are going to be like, I don't know, maybe you can find something like a station. Okay, so let me just go here. Voyager system v2. So this is the document, okay? So let's say you can find stuff like, I don't know, stuff like this, okay? Maybe something like that. And maybe here there are some stuff, I don't know. So I'm thinking that maybe you can find stuff like this and you can go there, but then like the scene will change. So this is just a graphic thing, okay? So I'm thinking that maybe it's a lot of copies. So I'm thinking that maybe yeah, the only thing for now, the only thing I can think of that will have like a hybrid system or like side view and isometric view is just the Starship. And yeah, so yeah, I think that's fine. And this is the only thing that's going to have this this kind of hybrid system. So I'm just going to create this, okay, not that, here, and then I set this there, and I'm going to say side, okay, and that goes there. Okay, it's not correct, should be like that, reset in the center. Okay, and now I think both should have like another script that, for example, should I don't know if it should inherit from Starship, but it should be flexible enough. So I think I should create another script called like Starship is isometric, maybe. I'm thinking about this because I don't want to create stuff that has like a very global name. I basically want to just yeah, it's like the more I think about it is the more I think that I should use a separate prefab for each one. Because I think it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think that it doesn't make any sense to have this like in the same object because it's not going to be practical, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. So I'm just going to do astronaut Starship. So now I should have like two script for this. Yeah, one for the isometric one and another one for the side view one. So yeah, let's think about this for a second. So maybe, yeah, this is not, I don't think this is whatever. I think this should also just be like Starship, so turbine smoke VFX. So that should be, yeah, I'm going to remove this, okay. Going to also remove all of this. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. To remove this too, okay. Set position, that's fine. But now here I'm going to create like classes for, okay, to say Starship isometric, okay. And then I'm going to create, and this one is inherits from Starship, okay. And I think that's the thing that like in this case okay, and this is going to be components, okay. So this is the one that should have like the turbine smoke VFX, I think. Well, if you think about it, maybe like think about it, I think it should be maybe something that all of the ships have, maybe. And I'm going to call it turbine VFX, okay. That's perfect, I think. This is going to be virtual, okay. And then this one virtual too, just in case. That's perfect. So now I would have I would have like a class for each one, and I can move those to their own document. That's really cool, really handy. Why is it not working? Okay, it worked, but it didn't remove it from here. That's annoying. So why is that? Oh, that's because it's not like doing what? Okay. Anyways, I'm just going to do the same thing with this. Is this going to work? I think that one worked better. Yeah, this one worked a bit better. So I'm going to use this too. Okay. I'm going to remove this. And yeah, we're good to go, I think. So I can just remove this. And yeah, this one didn't get created. Really good. Now it is. You just copy this. Okay, anyways. Perfect. So now we have this. Each one has its own class. And now I can go and say astronaut Starship. Okay. Now this one inherits from Starship. Okay. And now let's think about this. So I should have like a, yeah, that's the thing I didn't want. I think that's one of the things I didn't want, is that now for every ship I have to create 2 scripts. Is this the right move? Let me think about this, because like thinking what's the best way to structure this. It's a bit tricky, huh? Let me check my audio really quick because... let me check my audio. Yeah, that's fine. I always check my audio because I don't know, I just fear that someday, you know. Anyways, let me just remove this and let me think about this for a moment because maybe the Starship class should be like abstract. But can it be abstract and also... yeah, it can be a mono behavior. Man. Okay, so let's just try to I don't know, see it graphically. So I'm going to have like the script that's Starship, okay, and it's going to have sprite. Okay, so it's going to have the sprite, it's going to have the animatosmic for the animation and some basic functions, okay. So then I want to inherit from this for the astronaut, okay, Starship, or for any other Starship, I would say, okay. And I'm thinking that maybe even like I don't know, all the Starships have the same script and everything, but maybe the only thing that changes is just the yeah, I don't know if that's because I was using like astronaut Starship because I think that maybe at some point I do have some different things that are like only relevant to the astronaut Starship, which can be, for example, some upgrades and stuff like that. But I think I could use like a component-based structure where, like, if I want the Starship to have like, I don't know, upgrades and stuff like that, or to be able to change the color or something like that, yeah, I think I can do everything with the same like yeah, you know what, I think this is basically yeah, I think I know what I want to do. And I'm going to go back to the thing I was doing before. Okay. So I will basically have like I will basically, do I want to have different prefabs? Yeah, also, like, I'm thinking that maybe having two different prefabs for each ship is maybe like a bit of a like, I don't know, maybe it's not the best thing, because if I ever change something on one, I have to then go to the other one, to the other version. Let's say I change something in the isometric prefab version, I have to then go to the side and change the same thing. If that's relevant to both, like something, if that's something for both starships. So I think maybe the thing I was doing was fine. So I can just maybe like what I'm doing right now, I think it's fine, maybe. I think it is. I think it is. Now, the thing I'm not sure about is that if this should be inheriting from Starship. It's like maybe Starship is like a class, a base class that contains information. Like for example, here I would have info, okay. And then I could have like, I will show you in a moment what I'm talking about. But basically, I will create something that's called ID, like entity ID. I don't have like a definition thing for, yeah, I don't think I need it. Okay, so here I would say okay, so I would have like entity IDs. That's going to have unique ID. Oh yeah, this should be UID. Okay, that's perfect. And then what I need is maybe a name. Public public string and entity name, and then I can have like entity system. Okay, so basically this is going to be like something that identifies each entity. So each entity should have, well, that should basically have its own ID. Okay, so in the init, okay, I should basically create a new entity ID. Okay, so entity info, it should be public ID ID. Okay, and then here ID equals, and then here yeah, maybe I think I should create like another public virtual void create ID. Create identity. I think it should be ID. And then ID equals like, I think I should have like maybe yeah, I'm getting a bit caught up in this, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but like maybe I should do something like new, like yeah, the UID is going to be always different. Okay. And I think I could also have like a preset ID. Yeah. So preset ID, and then here I could say ID, okay. I can pass this, and okay, yeah, I think that's fine. So yeah. Yeah. Now, Starship is going to have... Starship is going to basically have an entity ID, which is going to be the owner. Okay. So yeah, that's another thing. Here I should set the owner, okay, of the Starship once I initialize it. So as you can see here, for example, astronaut, it inherits from entity, okay? And then the thing is that I should create the identity, okay, of this. I'm going to create the identity with the preset ID, okay? And it's going to have all of the stuff I need for the entity, which is blah, okay? So, okay. Okay. So then I should create the constructor, okay? Here, ID, and then UID, then string name, and then entity. Okay, and then okay, I think that's perfect. Okay, so I can remove this because I'm not using it. I can also remove this. So now, yeah, now the Starship has an owner, okay? And then astronaut, when it initializes the Starship, now, yeah, this is the thing. The Starship is going to be like, it's going to be anywhere in the scene. And the idea is that I would initialize the Starship, okay? Init, and the ID is going to be ID, okay? Okay. Or I can say reset ID. Okay, perfect. I'm sure I'm going to modify all of this, or most of this. Okay, but basically when the astronaut appears in the scene, the Starship, when it finds the Starship, it's going to initialize it, okay? Now, yeah, I don't know, like, if there's going to be a case where this astronaut is somewhere and the Starship is not. Okay, so yeah, basically I think the best thing would be to do like how can I do? Try get yeah, I think that's going to have to be like that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we find the Starship and then we initialize it and whatever. Okay, so perfect. Okay. Okay, great. Now, there's another thing that can happen, and that is that basically in the planetary system scene, there's no astronaut. The astronaut is not there because you are not playing with the astronaut there. You're playing with the starship. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that the planetary system script should be responsible of like initializing the thing, okay? So yeah, I should basically start like removing like all of this. I don't think it's whatever. Test mode. Okay, start properties, planetary system properties. What is this? So yeah, I think all of this should be commented. Okay, I should comment all of this. Is orbiting planet. This is not going to be used anymore, I think, right now. Then what else? Reset orbiting planet parallax. Well, I don't know. That's whatever. Then set orbiting planet in scene. That's not going to be used. Start landing orbiting planet. Finish creating data and start properties. Save. Okay, so that's not bad. I think I'm going to keep this. I don't know where is it being called. Planetary system UI. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of things here that, oh my god. So I think I'm going to just remove everything here. Planet's terminal coroutine, hide planet's terminal, show planet's terminal. I think I'm just going to work on all of this from scratch because it's going to be faster, honestly. So yeah, the planet terminal info. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to remove all of this. I hope I'm not committing. I'm not like doing a terrible mistake like this, but I think I need to do this. Show orbiting guide. Menu guide, blah blah blah, whatever. Check player input. Okay, start. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Start color, selector color. Yeah, that's a lot of things that I'm not going to be even using this. So planetary system UI, whatever. Then this script, which is being called, like, is being initialized by the game engine when you enter the scene. This one is the one that should have the reference to, yeah, all of this is not, like, doesn't make any sense to have it here. It's just a, yeah. I'm going to remove this, but astronaut starship, that one is one I do want to think. Okay. Okay, so okay. So so entity here, you know what, I think I should do something like this. Instead of having this like that, I think I should have like a scriptable object class. Okay, And you know what? I think I also, yeah, this could be here, but I will create entity ID data. Okay, and that's going to be a scriptable object. And I'm going to just type to, yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so now this is going to be, okay, an entity. Okay, let me just open this class. What the hell? So this is just basically going to have like a partial class. Yeah, let me just do this. I don't need to set it under so many namespaces. I don't think so. Anyways, let's go here and say public entity.id preset ID data, and that's it. So now I can basically go to the astronaut and here say ID data. Okay, and here I can say the same thing, and that's it. Okay, because the astronaut ID data is going to be one thing, and then I can just start saving stuff for that ID, but whatever. Now the thing I wanted to do was this planetary system UI. Yeah, all of this can go right now. UI orbits, planet name text, star, orbiting planet indicator. I don't know, I'm just going to whatever. I'm just going to save all of this just in case, but yeah, right now I'm not going to use that anymore. Then space vacuum background, that's whatever. Star preset, and then I have planetary system properties, and I have orbiting planet properties, which shouldn't be used anywhere. I think finish creating data. So I'm going to comment that. Okay. And star properties, where am I using that? Star properties.save. That's all I'm doing. Okay. So all I want to do is maybe that. And yeah, I think I'm not going to have like an orbiting planet thing. Or maybe I can. I don't know. I don't know if I need to save it into like a variable, but I'm going to save it there. Now, planetary system properties. Is there any way I can get the star seed? Star properties. Yeah, I can get the star properties. So I can say planetary system properties dot star properties. No, it seems like I can't. So I think I should make it public. Okay, that's it. So now I can just save it. That's it. I save all of the content in the star. Okay. That's basically the idea. The content that's going to be saved is basically like, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to comment this too, and I'm going to leave this here for now. Okay. And now, yeah, this should be removed. Okay. And now here I can say astronaut starship.init. And since we don't have an astronaut in this scene, okay, perfect. And now, what else do we need? I think, yeah, what does it need? The owner. Okay, so, oh yeah, but yeah, so what I need is to say astronaut starship dot preset. Oh, that's not public, man. Where is it? Oh, yeah, I think I should keep like where is the astronaut? Okay, finding scene. Now data, I should have astronaut ID data. And I should also call it so basically I'm going to say game engine, but engine dot astronaut entity ID data dot ID. Okay, ID data. Okay, ID data d data dd. Okay. So now I think that's much better. Okay. I need to add like a couple of references here and there. So astronaut starship. So back to start preset. So what was I doing with this? I think I'm not doing anything with that start preset. So I think, oh yeah, the thing I was doing, I think I was setting like all of the properties of the star field, not the star field, oh my god, the planetary system. So like the background color and the planets and all of that is basically in the star properties. And since we want to, like, we need to be able to test each scene like separately, and that's why I created some presets to be able to just test. So you like plug that preset, for example, in the planetary system, and then you have like the star to test. Okay, now what the hell is this, man? I'm going to remove all of this. Okay. Okay. So okay. I'm good now. So what was I thinking about? So Starship, I think it should have, instead of having the sprite should be something that's relevant to this. Okay, so those two. And what does both of these have? Okay, so they're going to have like different things. Okay, so for now the only thing that they share is this class, which is the owner, the init. Well, this is not what they share. This class is the one that's supposed to be managing both of this. Okay, so I think I'm kind of like repeating stuff here, but whatever. So now here I can say, just make it public, Starship isometric, and then starship isometric, and then starship side. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. And then now this is the thing. Yeah, I'm going to have just one prefab for both. And I think I'm going to yeah, you know what? I think I should do this perspective thing again. Yeah, that's going to be it. So I'm going to say public enum. And then this is going to be something in the game engine. Okay. It should go here, I don't know, at the bottom of everything. I can just say perspective. That's totally fine. And this should be active system. This should go game engine dot perspective. Okay, active system. Okay, so now I can have again the onValidate. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's perfect. And yeah, here I should basically based on the thing, I should enable whichever one is. Okay, so I should say isometric.gameObject.setActive false, and the same thing for side. Okay, and then I can just add missing cases, and for this one I can activate that one, and for this one I can activate that one. Okay, that's it. And then I think I can do something like yeah, you know what, I think this should be like that. I don't think I should be like setting the owner there, and here set owner entity. Okay, and then I think I should also have like something that sets it, this. So yeah, I think I should have something like public void set active system. Okay, that's great. So here I should basically say astronaut starship.set active system isometric. Okay, and basically this is what I should do with every starship that I spawn in the planetary system. Okay, I set it to isometric, I initialize it, and set the owner. Okay. Now I think those two things could be like set in just one, like just adding parameters to init. I think that could be done like that, but it's whatever. I don't know what else I will have in here, so I think after that I will know what I need. But for now, that's completely fine. Okay, astronaut starship. Then both of these have the sprite and VFX and blah blah blah. Okay, so now I should also have like an init function for both of these classes. Okay, but they're going to have like different I think they are going to have different logics, so yeah. Okay. Okay, so, oh yeah, so this shouldn't inherit from Starship. It should be like a normal mono behavior, okay. And init, okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I think I feel like I'm just copying stuff from one place to another, because there's some stuff that I need on both of these, which is the same. For example, the sprite and the turbine VFX and the initialize function. So I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, you know what? I should create like a. Yeah, I know what I should do. I should go here, I should create like a starship system. Okay, and this should have all of this. I think that makes a lot more sense, and I can just move this to another thing, and then this can basically inherit from that, and that's it. Okay, and also this one can inherit from that, and we're good to go. So that's perfect. Okay. Now, one thing that's a bit odd is that maybe this class is not. It's like I only have this side view and isometric, but it's fine. It's just so I don't repeat so many things. Okay. Now it can be confusing because I have Starship, which has like some data, and then I have Starship System, which has other data. Okay. And I'm seriously thinking that maybe I should do like. Maybe I should do it the other way around, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think it's going to be much more like understandable if I do it the other way around, honestly. So I'm just going to grab all of this until, where is it? Here, I think, yeah. So all of that should go here, okay? And then this should inherit from Starship, okay? Because each one is a Starship, but not at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so astronaut starship should also inherit from starship system, and everything should be fine. If I do this, it corrects. Hey Ciala, hello, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, so starship system is now the script that contains all of this stuff, and which is the system that's going to basically initialize everything. So now I think that's much better. Now I can go here and say isometric ship.init, okay, and I can say the same thing for the side ship, okay. It's amazing, great. Okay. So, so that's basically what I'm doing. Okay, and then, so the starship has the sprite, has the turbine, VFX, whatever. Then what else does do the starship have? Yeah, so I think this is basically the refactoring, I think. So I can just remove this and leave it empty for now, because I don't really know what I'm going to do with this for now, with the astronaut starship. I think it's good to have the script. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? For now, I'm going to how many references does this have? Okay, this should be okay. Then what else? Astronaut. Okay. What's wrong here? Oh yeah. And then yeah, starship dot set active system side view. I don't think this should be done by the astronaut. Well, maybe, but I don't know. I can just modify it when I want. And then what else? Oh yeah, this. So starship. Okay, that's it. And now I can basically remove this class, and I will only create it if I really need it. I should start like doing that instead of like pre-optimizing stuff. I should just do the scripts in the most generic way, and then start like inheriting and creating like the derivatives systems for that. Just create the main loop mechanics. That's exactly where once it is funny, refactor. Exactly, that's what I'm trying to do. So let's see. Here, starship system. Okay. Now owner, blah blah blah, isometric ship. Perfect. This is going to be that. So starship isometric, and then starship side. Now each one of these is going to have their things. Okay, and I can basically activate that. Then I can say oh yeah, I don't have that. Is this going to work? Nope. Whatever. Let's see here. Starship system, active system. Oh, I didn't do like, I should say init. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Amazing. So I think I should also have some kind of like editor update active system. That's fine. I think I could have like properties, and I will have serialized field, entity ID data, and I can say like owner, preset owner. Okay. And I can do this, and instead of doing that I can say owner here. Okay, and I can basically just say now this should also be serialized. Okay, that's perfect. That's public. That's perfect. I should do that. Okay, that's better. Great. So now if editor update owner, and then set owner entity is going to be preset owner.id data. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So this is great. And now I should go into the astronaut, and I should create here the Neptosmic. Where is it? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I have to do this thing for the. I should copy this, I think. Okay, and then paste it here. Okay, that's perfect. So now I can create a new like scriptable for the entity ID data for the astronaut. Okay, so I can go here and say general data, entity ID data. Okay, so this is basically astronaut ID data, and this is basically going to be a new UID, and the entity name is going to be astronaut. And the entity system, well, yeah, you know what? I think, yeah, I don't think I should do this that way. But I would just refactor it later, I think. Yeah, I think it's going to be confusing, so I can just say I will do it like this because I don't think it's the best thing to do. So here is going to be new, and I will say preset owner .uid and preset owner dot entity name, and now the entity system is going to be null. Okay, so that's great. Oh yeah, so that's why it doesn't make any sense to like assign the entity, the owner, in the editor, because like I need to also set the entity system. So it has to be like a, yeah, I don't need to do this, I think. So I'm going to leave it like that again. And then here, okay, so yeah, this should be like a, yeah. It's going to be that UID, that name, and then this. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's a lot cleaner. And now I'm going to say ID. Okay. Perfect. And now here the astronaut. Yeah, so that's the thing. For this one, I can do this .uid and this .name. No, okay. So we're not going to have like an entity system because the astronaut is not in the scene at all. Okay. So that's great, I think. So now, yeah, okay. Now starship site, starship isometric, astronaut. Okay, so I derailed a little bit with this, with the entity ID, but yeah, I should be good to go now. So now, yeah. Now I think I should have like a state machine for the starship. Okay. 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 Now, I'm trying to think how I want to do the state machine for this. Okay. So now this is going to be astronaut. Okay, perfect. So now I can also go to astronaut and it should have the preset ID. That's perfect. Starship system, armory, okay. Okay, testing. Okay. Now, how am I managing this? So I have the astronaut, I have the sprite, I have the astronaut input, okay. Then I have the behavior. Okay. Okay, behavior. So behavior is entity behavior. This is basically the state machine. So what does the entity behavior need? No, I'm thinking like, can I treat the starship as like an entity? I'm trying to see if I made this modular enough. Like, yeah, I don't think I should be worrying about this right now, maybe. So yeah, so let me just go here and see, for example, behavior grounded. I have idle, run, crouch, hurt, shoot. Okay, so from idle, okay, run, crouch, hurt, shoot. Those are basically all of the states of the astronaut, and he can basically just like switch to any of the states. Airborne, climbed. Okay. Okay. So this is not bad. Every state has an animation sheet, which is, I think that's good too. Check inputs. Use custom duration. Run, idle, crouch, hurt. Okay, airborne. Is any of this using the custom duration? None of this is using the custom duration. So why do I have that? I have state. Check inputs. Use custom duration. Real duration, use custom duration, custom duration. Okay. Get animation length. Okay. Okay. State components, state info, delta, elapsed, behavior, entity. I do need to have an entity. I do need to have senses too. It feels like input controller 2, animatosmic 2, stats. Okay. So that's yeah, there's a lot of things here that I would like to put into other stuff. For example, input controller. It should go under entity, I think. What does entity have? It has senses. Oh yeah, I think I'm just doing like, oh yeah. So behavior has the entity, the reference to entity, okay? Okay. Okay. I see what I'm doing here. Now, I'm thinking that I'm going to go really like easy with this for now, just because I want to start like prototyping the thing. So, astronaut, I think it's run. Input axis moving X, blah blah blah, state update, state fixed update. Velocity, I'm multiplying this, set velocity, okay. Check for transition. Okay, it's moving, okay. Okay. So before like making the starship inherit from entity and adding like an entity behavior and all of that, because like the thing is, I think I should modularize the state. Yeah, I think I should make this more modular, and like maybe I should have like a class that's called, for example, like, I don't know, something like behavior or state machine, or like core state machine, for example. And yeah, and that should be, for example, there. Now entity, what is entity? Entity init, entity, okay. All states, blah blah blah, okay. Current state, enter, exit. Yeah, the only place where I need the entity is there. And the thing is, like, I could have the starship like be an entity, but like I think that's a bit dumb, to be honest. Because when I think about entities, I'm thinking about, what is this partial class? Entities are like all of the things that you can see in the planets. I think, like, I'm talking about like beings, like not anything. Like starship, the starship is just a vehicle, is an object. So it's like the starship doesn't have like senses, for example, but it could have senses. That's the thing too. Well, no, I don't think, because senses are for like for, yeah, environment detection, ground detection, ledge detection. So all of this is just for like, yeah, enemy sight, hitbox, is hitting hit point, facing grounded. Yeah, this is the entity class. Should be only for like real beings, like enemies and NPCs and yeah, although those kind of things. But starship should be its own thing, and I think entity behavior should inherit from like state machine. So I'm just going to create a new script called core state machine. Okay. Okay, so let's go here, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to create a new folder called state machine, and that's starship is a player. It can get hit by bullets, so it should be an entity. Like, so yeah, it can like get hit by bullets, but there's a lot of things that the starship is not going to use. So for example, inside like, for example, inside senses, this is a class. This is something that's a property of all of the entities, and senses are basically the senses for like all of the things, like the environment or the ground or the ledge. So those things are for the astronaut, for like when it climbs, when you grab into a ledge, so you have like a wall and you can jump and grab and like mantle or like climb it. Those things are things that all of the entities like NPCs and characters and maybe enemies, like enemies too, are going to have, because they are going to be in the 2D space where they need to feel that they are grounded, and then all of the environment things. But the starship doesn't need that. So at least that's what I think. And I also think that maybe in sense like the hit and hurt and like the interaction, like the combat and the damage system shouldn't be inside of here. Right, you have two games in one: space exploration and its own entity system, platforming and its own entity system. Yeah, something like that. Because like how I think about this game is, when you're in space, there's no NPCs or things that you can see like there, because it's space. You cannot see like people running around, because you can see like space stations or stuff like that, but you're going to see like just a sprite, and then you can enter that, and that's going to be another scene. Don't you have enemy in space? Yeah, but I mean like actual characters, not starships. And then like starships are like its own thing, where they have like their own state machine system, and then they can have like hitbox and stuff, because they are going to shoot bullets and projectiles, and they are going to receive damage from other starships. But yeah, I think I would prefer to separate that, because it's going to be a bit better to do it that way, I think. So yeah. Anyways, what I was going to do was this. I was going to create a new script here called core state machine. Okay. And then this is going to inherit from that. I'm going to grab all of this, get current state duration, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So all of this is going to basically go there. Okay. And this should go also here, because otherwise it's not going to work. Perfect. Now what's the... Okay. And yeah, state should have like a... Yeah. And this should be called machine. I think that's better. And state should have here, it should be core state machine, refactoring a lot of things. Okay, that's better. That's great. Now, this, for example, is something that's only relevant to the entity behavior, for example. Okay. And then this should not be like that. I think I should have like a different method for that. And here I can just grab this, set it like that. So now the core state machine only has stuff that's relevant to the state machine, which is basically the states. The state machine is basically one thing that manages which state is active in the moment. and then it can only have one state active at a time. That's basically a pattern called finite state machine. And the great thing about that is that when you use that for like a character, for example, when the character is on idle, like standing, doing nothing, the character is in idle state. But when you start running, then the state machine changes the state and puts in the run state, and then updates that state and runs all of the logic just for that state. And that's great because you should always be just in one state. You cannot be in two states at once. So you're either like in idle, or you're running, or you're jumping, or you're shooting. So that's basically how every game manages the behavior basically of that thing. Okay, so entity behavior, machine.entity. So now there's a problem, and that is that now the states, I think I can do this. Yeah. Entity dot face direction, because all of the states have a reference to the entity behavior, because they have this. Okay. So now state. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay. Okay. So now state has like a lot of references that are only relevant to the entity behavior. That's not great. So I'm thinking, how can I just like make this go under entity behavior? Yeah, because this, oh, what the hell? What? Okay. I wanted to cut this, and it did like all sorts of weird things. Now, Neptosmic, do animation. Okay. Animation sheet. I think the core state machine should have a reference to the Neptosmic, I think. But like, not all of the things that use core state machine are going to have an Neptosmic. That's the thing. So yeah, this is basically refactoring a lot of things. Okay. Okay, that's entity senses. It's going to be that. Input. So those are basically just shortcuts. Okay, set entity. And then astronaut. Where is it initializing the core state machine? Where is it? Is this being called in entity? Oh, I see. Okay. So entity, instead of having, yeah, so this has that, and then that's what I should do. Okay. Now this should be called machine. Okay, that's perfect. Now I can close this. I can also close this. Now this is the thing that's not great. And the thing is, astronaut grounded. I'm thinking that maybe I should also create a new class called something like entity state, because there's a lot of things here that are only relevant to the state again. So I think I can do something like that, I think, and then move all of the things like custom duration, check inputs, for example. That's, well, maybe that's something for the state too, but the animation sheet, well, is it? Yeah, maybe that's like okay. I can do like, yeah. So now here I can say override enter, and I can do that. And this is going to have like a reference to all of this. And I can basically say entity behavior entity is machine like I'm going to set this here, and then I can basically say entity behavior entity. I should do something like this. And that's going to be machine as entity behavior. And now I can do this, I think. The entity. Yeah, that's all of this. That was a bit long, but I think now it should be good. Now all of this should inherit from entity state. Astronaut airborne should also inherit from that, and astronaut climbed. Okay, so now this should be fine. Well, it's not, yeah, it's behavior.entity. Okay. That was a bit long, but now entity state, I can move this to its own class. Okay, now this is going to complain, but that's okay. Animation duration, machine, blah blah blah. Okay, animation sheet. So now okay, now there's something I think I should change here. Entity state, well, not here like that. Oh yeah, I think there's something I did that's wrong here. I think the state, the core state machine, it maybe should have like a animatosmic, I think. So maybe I should do that, and not here. I shouldn't do that. I should do this inside of this, and that. Okay, and then now this, instead of use custom duration, I should set it to I should say like I should say this duration, and then here I should say use animation sheet duration. This is going to be true. Custom duration. So here I think that's better. I think that's better. And yeah, that's much better. Now the core state machine now is much more modular, okay? And so now now I should be able to just create a state machine for the starship, okay? I can close this starship system, and this could have like a core state machine, for example, which, well, not this, but this, and this could be okay, machine. Perfect. Okay. So. Oh my god. Okay, so quadstruct, I think quadstruct brain. I think all of this, yeah, generic state. Yeah, this is not great, but machine.entity. Now, generic state, idle, grounded. Okay, this one should also be that. Abor, grounded, hurt. I think that's going to improve a lot of errors. Astronaut.shoot. Oh my god. Okay, I have to fix so many things. Oh, because the Neptosmic, yeah. So now I should go into entity behavior, and I should say, not this, entity state, and I should say I think that's going to fix. Well, what the hell? Machine.entity. Yeah, that's basically. Oh, that's because it's entity state, and this should be behavior.entity. Now, astronaut shoot, grounded, armory entity. Yeah, I need to start fixing a lot of things here. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. What? Yeah, this should be entity state, and this should be that, and that, and that. Okay, that's better. 2, okay. Is it from airborne? Okay, so here I should do that and that. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's much better. Now, I think I should take a break soon. It's been like 2 hours already. Okay. Okay. So, great, machine.init. Now I can compile this, I think, and I should go into the astronaut prefab and start fixing a lot of things, I think. So I'm going to take a break in a bit. Behavior, okay, starship, there's no starship there. So yeah, I was also thinking that there's a lot of data that's relevant to the starship, okay, but yeah, I was thinking that maybe I would need the astronaut to be present in the scene, just because maybe the astronaut has the data for, like, I don't know, the stats of the starship and stuff like that. But I'm thinking that no, because that should be saved like in a different place, and it should be like handled separately. So yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. Component animatosmic, that's perfect. Okay, so now what about this? Is this all good? I think it is. Astronaut input, senses. Okay, all of this is really bad, because it should be, I think it should be like, I think it should be in its own object called senses, and then I should have there like detection for every kind of thing. That's going to be better. I need to go to bed. See you tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I will stream on Friday, the day after. So yeah, maybe if you are around on Friday, that would be great. So yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you very much for watching and for checking out the stream. Thank you, and see you on Friday. Have a good sleep. Okay. So okay. So I think this should be good to go. Colliders, physics, ledge, hurtbox, heatbox. Okay. This is good. I think that's pretty organized, I think. Yeah. So yeah. Then behavior, that's for the state machine. Yeah, I should call it like that. That's great. Colliders. And then yeah, I think I should have the senses thing in its own object. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. Oh, I'm going to take a break. Hey, okay, I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to be here around for a couple minutes, a little while, and I'm going to end the stream soon. Okay. So I was thinking that I should probably do something like this. Entity behavior. And here I should say this should be entity.animatosmic, okay? And I think, is this with new or override? What's the solution for this? Fixed name violation, suppress, whatever. Is this new? The keyword I'm looking for? Let's see. Hide base member. Yeah, I think that's correct. So now core state machine. Yeah, and that's correct. And then yeah, I should use this one instead of saying machine.animatosmic. Well, it's whatever. I think it doesn't matter really. Now I'm going to move this to here. Reset and paste component as new. Okay. Now I'm going to remove this first of all, and I'm going to grab this. Okay. So now here, then I will just create a new script for each one of this and set it inside the census objects. Okay. Armory. Okay. Now I think they should go there maybe, or like here. I don't know. Or maybe this could go inside the sprite. It could be, because if I like ever do like something to the sprite, I shouldn't do anything to the sprite, of course, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's leave it here at the bottom of everything, and I think I should have like another like thing called systems maybe. And yeah, census stats, astronaut stats, yeah, that's there too. So I think I should put this inside that. And you know what, maybe the behavior thing too. Behavior, census, armory. Now I should also move the stats thing, which right now is not being used at all. I think it is used, but it's like not relevant. It only has like a couple variables, like as you can see there. I remove this and I can replace it again with that. Astronaut input, perfect. I think also input could go here too. So I'm basically here. I have the astronaut, I have the sprite. Okay. I have the systems and the colliders. I think that's pretty good. Hell is this? Oh, Epic Games. I didn't close this. That's fine. Okay, great. Now, behavior. Yeah, this is much more organized now. That's much more, much cleaner, I would say. So in the state machine, behavior, I have the states inside here. Maybe this is not the best way to to have all of the states, but I think it's fine for now. Okay. Great. So what else? Yeah. I got too carried away with the astronaut things, but right now I think it's everything is much more cleaner. And now, after all of that, I think now I can use I can set the core machine to, like, the core state machine to the Starship class. I did close it like this, okay. And now I can go into the Starship prefab. This is the astronaut Starship, okay. And then I can go here, and each one of these is going to have like a systems, okay. So I think I should have like something like a prefab for each one of those, but right now I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to just use this the way it is. And now here I can go and create the state machine, okay, and set it like that, or state machine, okay. And Neptosmic, I have to set it there, and I can copy here this one, and for this one the Neptosmic is going to be that one. All states, okay, so it has the whatever. And now inside of this, yeah, I think I'm going to use this this way for now, because I think it's the, yeah, null reference. So what's null here? Astronaut. Oh yeah, this one goes there, and then for this one goes there. Okay. So yeah, now the thing is, when I initialize it, it basically tries to fill all of the, yeah. I'm going to throw an error because trying to initialize the system. So it has the machine.init. So should this initialize the system? No, of course it shouldn't. So I think maybe I think what I'm going to do here is just active system equals isometric. I think that's going to be better. Side view. Okay, perfect. Now it's just going to like enable and disable like each one of the things. Okay. So perfect. Now now I can go here and just activate one or the other. Okay, and that's amazing. So now here, as you can see, I have the Starship right in the center of the screen. It's great. And that's gonna be it for this task. I think I basically completed this. So I'm going to how is that thing called? Like cross it? And it's not cross it. It's like, what's the name of this? Strike through. Okay. Whatever. It's just that so long, that name. But that's great. We made some good progress today, and now the thing that's the next step is basically going to be implementing the isometric navigation system. Okay, so that's basically going to be prototyping the navigation system and seeing how it feels and all of that, and trying to get something. Like, I would like to get the starship moving. I would like to get that, to be able to finish that in the next stream. Like, not finish it completely, because it's going to be, I don't know, there's a couple things I need to do for that, which are, for example, we have the, I don't know, like the movement is going to be the thing I described before, where like you have the propulsion button, like to accelerate, and then you can use your directional buttons to turn around. Okay, so that's how you navigate with the starship. But then you're going to have like the hyperspeed thing, where you need to be like going in a straight line for like, I don't know, 5 seconds. You press the other button and then you go into the hyperspeed state. That's going to be another thing, but I think we should be able to do the basic navigation, like movement logic, in the next stream, which is going to be on Friday. So that's going to be the stream for today. Thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you for checking out the stream today. Thank you, Ciala, for chatting and for lurking, and anyway, anyone who came by. And that's gonna be it. Don't forget to join the Discord. Okay, you can get notifications there for when I go live, and you can also share art there, music, games, whatever you would like. You can also get some feedback from me or from any other member in the community. That's great too. So consider joining the Discord. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you very much, and see you in the next stream.